Good morning, and welcome to the Jones Report. And this is your host, Kimberly Cecil-Jones, and I have the best co-host this side of the world, Miss Ann-C.
Oh, you're always so kind, Kimberly. This is the Jones Report, bringing you straight news, no alternative facts, information you can use. Thanks for tuning in to Power 106.3 FM and www.kyheartmedia.com.
Well, you know how we do it here at the Jones Report. We always like to start the show on a very, very positive note. And see, how about that inspirational moment?
Well, we have really a favorite person of mine who, her quotes are always wonderful. And I am just so excited about, have you read her book, Michelle Obama?
You know, that is like my idol. You know, she's so iconic. I've read everything, I think every article, everything. So
Yes.
Tell me what you got, please.
Well, it's something I think everyone knows already, but you know, when Michelle says it, it puts a different spin on it. Instead of letting your hardships and failures discourage or exhaust you, let them inspire you. So instead of letting your hardships and failures discourage or exhaust you, that's the key word, exhaust, let them inspire you. Michelle Obama.
I love it. I love anything she says.
I know.
I mean, I don't care if she said, Kim, you know, certain people are alligator alleys. I'm gonna say yes. That's like the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Michelle Obama said it, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Anything she says, peanut butter and jelly. It's just.
And I don't even like
The
peanut
law.
butter and jelly.
That's the
I
law.
love it if Michelle Obama loves it. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I need to start eating more fruits and vegetables because Michelle Obama said I need to eat fruits and vegetables, and I have not been doing that. I'm sorry, Mrs. Obama. You know, blame it on the Trump era.
I know.
I know it's Trumpism. I've got to be, you know, we have some kind of little vice. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you this. Normally, Ann-C produces our show, and she sends me all the information and how we're supposed to do it, but I have my phone on Facebook Live right now, so we're just going to kind of wing it today. And also in the studio, I'm going to save this handsome man that I have next to me, a Marine veteran, a great leader. He even teaches school from time to time, a farmer. So I know he's eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. What do you say about that?
And I just found out he lives in Chicken Bristle,
Oh,
Kentucky.
Chicken Wing, Kentucky.
There you go. Chicken Bristle.
Chicken gristle?
Bristle.
Bristle with a B.
It's
Bristle.
Bristle with a B. Never heard of
Mr.
that.
Broihier?
That's a new one for me.
You weren't supposed to say anything until I, you know, introduced you. But I know we're kind of like winging it today, okay? Because I have my phone doing Facebook Live. Hello, America. And I don't have, you know, my things in order. But that's fine. That's okay. Betsy Foster, our healthcare analyst and political contributor, is in the house today. And since he spoke and we let the cat out of the bag, we have Mr. Mike Broihier.
Yes, we do.
Yes, he is an actual candidate that says that he can take down Mitch McConnell.
Here's hoping.
I mean, he looks pretty fit and buff. Might have been on the farm that you keep that physique, right? Might have been on that farm. I mean, you look like you might take him down.
It's clean living.
It's a clean living,
Clean living,
okay?
Absolutely.
And he's got a wonderful smile. I told him when I saw him out in the hall and we were, you know, talking and everything, I just sense like this very sweet spirit about him.
I agree with you.
You know, I'm very like susceptible to things like that, you know? So today we're bringing you on. We're going to do it a little bit different. Today, Mr. Broihier, I say it right?
Correct, absolutely.
Would you tell me if I didn't?
I would.
Okay. Okay, so you're not scared. You know, a lot of people are scared of me. So, you know.
That's
Thank
a woman
you.
who hugged me when I walked in the building and offered her my hand. And she said, I wanted to shake hands, and she said, no, I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
That fear just washed away.
There you go. Because you know what? A human being needs 7 hugs a day to feel like a normal human being. So if you're not getting 7 hugs a day, like Trump is probably never getting any hugs, there's a problem. You're not operating at the full capacity of a human
That
being,
is
okay? And our engineer today, that would be Diatri. Hey, Diatri, running the boards and everything.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, he just gave me his phone and it just went off and I don't know how to get it back on. So, oh, Betsy gave me her phone. Okay, because I'm like driving in the
We'll just hope
dark.
it stays.
Okay, so I will say this. I'm so excited to have Mike in here. You know, we need somebody that's going to be strong to go against Mitch McConnell. So we got a few questions that we're going to be asking you today, and we want you to talk. And we're doing a little bit something different. I want you to feel today like you are part of the radio show. That you're not just the guest. You are part of the Jones Report.
Great.
Okay?
Well, I told Betsy that my wife and I actually had a radio show for years. So being back in the studio I can't tell you how exciting this is for me.
You do have a radio voice.
We had 10 midnight on Saturday nights, we had a radio show on WPBK-FM, Lincoln County, Kentucky, and it was a really good time. It was, we played records and it was fun.
In Chicken,
It was in Stamford, Kentucky.
okay, Stamford, Kentucky. I can say Stamford. Okay, so it was Chicken, he just came from Chicken what?
Chicken bristle,
Chicken Bristle, Kentucky.
where he grows asparagus
Asparagus.
and raises cattle. That's a
That's
weird
a-
combination.
Where's my basket of fruit and vegetables to get me started?
You're gonna have to wait till late March.
Late March?
Yeah.
Okay, I can wait that long. I love asparagus. Just want to let you know that. So, some of the questions that we're going to be asking you, you're going to have to gear up and get ready. It's going to almost be like a game show, and we're going to see your stamina. If you can hang in there to give it to Mitch McConnell in the right way with substance, integrity, and class. So right now, we've got a commercial that you have sent us, and we're going to let the listeners hear this wonderful commercial, a little bit about you, okay?
Great.
All right?
Thanks.
Well, we do have the commercial coming in just a second.
Practices to maintain his grip on power.
I'm Mike Broihier. Today I'm launching my campaign for the U.S. Senate to strip away the labels and strip Mitch McConnell of power. Together, we return Mitch McConnell and restore our democracy.
How did you like that commercial?
Well, I liked it. You know, that's the short version of it. Did you watch the long video?
Yes, I watched every video. I know all about you.
Oh, good. Well, I'll tell
I
you.
don't know your social security number though, but I know the year you were born. I know your address. I know your telephone. I got it. I got it all.
Well, it was scary because I've never been involved in, you know, like a video production like that before, and folks working on it kept saying, I'm very, very lucky. There's a guy out of Somerset, Kentucky, who did the video, and you know, they just kept saying, trust us, trust us, trust us, and they sent us a draft of that video, and my wife and I watched it, and we called them right up and said, don't change anything. And they wanted to fool with it, the lighting and stuff. But the message of taking away the labels, not giving Mitch McConnell the power to separate us, because that's what it is. We're giving him the power to separate us by allowing him to put us in these, you know, these boxes, whether it's urban and rural, white, black, gay, straight. You know, letting him have that power is what I am against. Is what I'm fighting, because we are so much stronger together, and that's how we beat Mitch McConnell.
I remember that slogan, "Stronger Together." You remember that?
Oh, very well. Do I remember that, Hillary Vance?
Oh my God! That just, I feel like crying again. Thank you, Mike.
You can't cry on me.
Thank you.
No crying in
I
radio.
still have a few of those signs.
Oh my goodness. I brought a sign in today for everybody to see. It says defend democracy.
I like it.
Okay, for the game show win of the day, what does defend democracy mean to you?
Democracy deserves to be defended. We have a very, very delicate balance of power in this country. And Mitch McConnell is a single point of failure in that system, and his refusal to restrain the executive branch, his refusal to move any substantive legislation through the Congress, and packing the courts with ideologically driven and unqualified judges who we're going to have for the rest of our lives throws this delicate system that we have, our representative democracy, way out of whack, and that's why he needs to go.
He needs to go, believe me, that is so true. So I want to ask you a few questions today, if I may. Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
You're like, that's what I'm here for, Kim. Okay, I got it. Let's run through these things really quickly. We're going to put you on a timer.
No.
Uh-oh.
We're going to put you on a timer, okay? If you don't have it right the first time,
Got
you
it.
can always come back to it, okay?
Is this the speed round?
Speed round.
Oh, golly. Okay.
You know, they have speed networking, speed dating. Now we have speed political answers.
Okay.
Okay, as quickly as possible.
Oh,
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
What are you going to do with healthcare?
Healthcare, Obamacare plus.
Obamacare plus.
I want universal healthcare. However we get there is fine with me. But right now, I think the transition is to Obamacare plus.
And for those that may not know,
Yeah, for that.
Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act, right?
Also known in Kentucky as Kentucky Connect,
Kentucky Connect. Thank you. You always remind me of
because
that.
this is the most important subject to me.
Yes,
So-
you are the healthcare analyst.
That's right.
Can I
That is
interrupt the
very,
speed
very
round?
important.
Mhm.
When I was working.
Well, I was giving you a break to
Okay.
get your
When I,
mind together.
when I was, we're flowing now. Let's not stop this train. But when I was editor of our local newspaper in Lincoln County,
Mhm.
for 3 years I was editor, and people would tell me that they didn't need Obamacare because Mitch McConnell got them Connect.
Oh,
And
God.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
I am serious. And I would.
Put your right hand up and swear that this. Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong hand up? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But maybe it looks the other way on Facebook Live. But it perpetrating this fantastic lie
Yeah.
that you don't need the Obamacare. But specifically, Mitch McConnell got us Connect. It was. I don't even know what to say when someone says it. It's so far.
I'm not surprised. Are you surprised with anything anymore?
No.
Okay. Next question. What about the racial wealth gap?
Well, the racial and gender wealth gap is a real
I'm
thing.
hitting on two.
Okay, we're gonna can we cover both?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's you know the core of my campaign is social and economic justice, and you know when you talk about racial economy, you know economic gap, it covers both of them. So much of the social and economic justice issues are so very very closely tied. The bottom line for me is nobody, whether their race or their gender or their sexual orientation or where the heck they go to church or whether they go to church or not, should not determine how much they get paid. Period.
Exactly. I do believe that. Minimum wage increase. How much you want the minimum wage to go up to?
You know, as a rural Kentuckian, as a farmer, I took a look around and I said, what can my local economy afford? And I said, initially when I started my campaign, I said $10 an hour. That's been overcome by events. You know, Congress has voted for $15 an hour. That being said, if you were living in San Francisco or New York, you couldn't rent a garage for $15
No, you
an hour.
can't. You can't
So-
do anything, could
That
you?
is correct. That's
So,
right.
I mean, it looks like we're going with $15 an hour, but my initial take of $10 an hour was based on, you know, being a farmer living in rural Kentucky, looking at my local economy saying, what can we afford?
Prescription drug prices.
Ridiculous. It is
You
just,
gonna do something about that?
absolutely, like, and again, can we talk?
Go ahead.
All right, so Lynn and I, my wife, we know a guy who's self-employed, own business, and he goes to Canada twice a year to buy his insulin, all right?
Wow.
You know that doesn't make any sense.
All right,
He
now,
can, though.
That's
After-
extra money to go to Canada.
he still saves $6,000 a year.
Wow.
That's after he goes to Canada twice a year to buy his own insulin.
Wow.
And he is a Trump guy. And
Oh, he is.
absolutely, but because he's what I've come to learn is a bottom line, which is that someone who says, and particularly small businessmen who say, at the end of the year, do I have more money in my check?
I haven't seen any more money in my checking account or in my
Me
savings.
either.
And some of my stock looks a little sick. while they keep talking about the stock, you know, is going up, everything's so wonderful and great, but you have to have invested in the right stocks and have the right type of portfolio at this particular time.
Well, I can't remember who said it. Might have been Bernie said it the other. Bernie Sanders said it the other day. Is we have to stop judging the health of the economy on how the richest part of America is doing.
That's true.
I do
That's
agree with
right.
that.
That's right.
That's rare that I agree with Bernie, but I agree.
Let me ask you this: what about the Dodd-Frank?
Dodd-Frank Act. Remind me.
Dodd-Frank taking care of with the banks not being
Oh,
able
absolutely.
to do all these things
Yeah.
that they're doing now, that because things have been rolled
Sure.
back, these banks can do anything. Big corporate America and Wall Street can just about do anything they want to do to you now.
Well, you know the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We had this massive economic crash that was handed off to President Obama in 2009.
Oh, President Obama, come back.
and the result of that was reining in banks that were too big to fail, not allowing them to package up all these toxic assets that no one really understands how they work. And right now we are disassembling, if that's the word I'm looking for, the same protections that we put in place, to stop that horrific crash that we had. And we are right again. We're heading right backwards. So, Elizabeth Warren, she really led the way on these kind of reforms. And the fact that we're just disassembling and letting businesses and banking run wild is going to lead us, I am sure, into another economic disaster. The people who pay are the people on the bottom.
That's right. I feel like I'm paying a lot. My taxes were not that great. How about I didn't get anything? So I heard that you're willing to reform that 2017 tax bill so that the little people like myself, we can maybe get something back again.
Absolutely. I have no problem at all with a tax structure that increases the cap on the top end. I have no problem. 35%, doesn't matter. There's all these different schemes out there. I'm just happy that the Democratic candidates president are talking about, all of them are very, very openly talking about saying that if you are a billionaire, you need to pay more taxes. And corporations absolutely need to be paying their fair share. I was on the line with the GM workers down in Bowling Green, and one of their biggest complaints, it was really great to spend hours and hours and hours talking to them, but was that they were asked by GM to increase their contribution for healthcare by 400%. And that year, GM had cleared $11 billion in profit. Profit. Not sales, profit. And they returned to their workers, their loyal workers. And these men and women like working for GM. They love their jobs. Very proud of working on the Corvette down in Bowling Green. Yet the company said, yeah, we made $11 billion, but you need to pay your fair share. You need another 400% more. And that's one of the major reasons those folks were out in the line, because it's just unfair.
Very unfair. So you know what? We've got just a couple of minutes left, but I'm going to leave the best for last. Yes. I'm beating on the desk, you guys. If you're wondering, like, what is she doing? Okay. Right now, Mike. Can I call you Mike?
You may.
Do you want me to call those things that be not as though they already are? You want me to call you Senator Broihier, call it into existence or something?
No, if you could, I wish you would, but Mike's great.
Mike, we have a very divisive America. And the reason why I'm leaving, I'm going to leave it right there, let you say a few words on that, because I want you to come back on the show.
Okay.
Okay? Because we have some more bigger issues to talk about as well, okay?
Right.
We are living in the most divisive time. The racial climate is boiling hot right now. People are talking about a civil war if Trump is no longer elected. And the man that allegedly is supposed to be our president has even fired this up even more. I want to know, and I think the listeners would like to know as well. Would you like to know, Betsy?
I'd love to know. Absolutely.
As a senator, this will be a very, very important part of your job. is to bring Kentuckians back together again, as well as working to bring the country back together again. Tell me 2 things that you would do, and then we'll talk about the other ones, because I know you got a lot of plans for this, because I know you've thought about this and been praying about this, all these type of things. But tell me 2 things right now, concrete. Day 1, you go into office. What would you do about this big racial divide that we have in our country? And right here in Kentucky, and don't get me off of my soapbox about all the things that's been happening with me. The things I've been called, the way I've been treated, the unfairness. Right here in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky.
When we get off the air, I will talk to you about something that I saw this morning. And we're going to talk about it off the air. I didn't want to bring it up, but let me say this first. I've seen the Civil War. There are not too many people, I think, that are going to sit in this chair who've seen the Civil War. 1992, 1993, I was leading a company of Marines in Mogadishu, Somalia, the most dangerous place in the world. That country had suffered a civil war, and a drought, and a famine. And I saw children stabbing each other over a piece of garbage, over a piece of discarded food. So when people throw around terms like civil war, and they say it casually, you know, there are a lot of things that I could just dismiss as being, it's just people talking. But I've seen it. And I've seen people starving to death, picking through mounds of garbage, looking for a scrap of food or a scrap of clothes to wear. So I take that term very, very seriously.
This is dear to your heart. I see your eyes watering right now
Don't give away my
because of
secrets.
what you have seen. I see the care that you have for people, and it's genuine. I see that. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you could see candidate Broihier right now.
Well, so I didn't mean to not, I was not trying to not answer your question, but
You really did, sorta.
well, good. Time for commercial?
Oh,
Is that what you said?
No.
No, okay,
no.
Day 1, had to be a million things. Day 1 things, I guess the day 1 thing would be to move all of those bills that have been sitting in Senator McConnell's desk,
400
Yes.
plus.
move them to the floor for open votes. You know, and again, and I know you asked about race specifically, but gun violence affects everybody.
And the criminal justice reform too.
Yes.
Violence against women, it affects, you know, I live in the country, I live in the middle of a farm. It's easy for me to be insulated, but having been the editor of a local newspaper, even though it's a little town, we have murders. You know, we have babies killed by their drug-addled parents. You know, so it's not just the urban cities, it's not just the urban areas. There's way more in common that the average Kentuckian has in common than they realize. And this kind of goes back to your first question about, you know, my video labels and things like that. What I want to work on is the thing we have in common. First, day 1, move all those bills. Paycheck Fairness Act. You know, the violence against women, the universal background check bills, and the red flag laws. Move all those forward because that raises every ship
Everything.
in our state to start with. That's day 1. And then descheduling marijuana,
Recreational or just
descheduling, taking it off the schedule is no longer illegal. And then getting the
oh,
people,
hallelujah.
and then getting the people,
Hallelujah.
getting the people who are in jail,
Getting them out.
getting them out and back
Thank
with their
God.
families, working, contributing to society instead of taxpayers like you and I paying to keep them incarcerated, get them back on the streets with their family, where they belong, working jobs, taking care of their
Hallelujah.
families,
Hallelujah.
and paying their taxes and Social Security. That's what
Tell
I'm
us
doing.
right now, tell the audience out here, our listeners, how they can get in touch with you. What's that website?
It's on the web. It's Mike4ky.com. That's Mike FORKY.com.
Thank you, Mike. You gonna come back?
You invited? I'll come back tomorrow.
All right, then we're gonna have to get together when Mike's
Yes.
coming back because it's been
We will.
fun. And then you know what? Next time you'll really feel like you're a guest. All right.
Okay.
Thank you today. You have been wonderful. You
Thank
have
you,
been
Kimberly.
great.
Thank you,
And
Betsy.
you know
Thank
what?
you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your patriotism.
Thank
All
you so
right.
much. It's been great. You've been wonderful.
Thank you.